Hi, I'm Tom Trust. It's the 31st of January 2007. In my 13th video, I made reference to the way the EU is interfering in events in this country, and that was to do with a cheese making company. This is something a little bit more sinister. Christopher Beasley, a British MEP, has produced a report on initiatives to, quote, complement school curricula, providing appropriate support measures to include the European dimension. Okay. Now this suggests to me what is already happening. The EU sends information packages to secondary schools for use in citizenship classes that put forward the idea that the EU is a wonderful thing. But there's a 1996 Education Act in the United Kingdom that specifically forbids, quote, the promotion of partisan political views, unquote. So I'm not supposed to push ideas of socialism in history lessons. Now, as an interesting aside, I was the teacher governor of the school I worked in until 2003, and I objected in a governor's meeting to the fact that in the pupils' homework planners that each one was issued, amidst all the pages of useful information, there was a cartoon showing smiling children around a flagpole with the European flag on it. And I objected to that, and I said, I'm sorry, but that symbol is a political symbol and therefore has no place in a school planner. And the governors, in their wisdom, deliberated upon this and came out with the fantastic conclusion that it was okay actually to have this European flag displayed in the planner because, quote, it was not a political issue, unquote. Well, that gave me leave, therefore, as the EU wasn't regarded by the school governors to be a political issue, to, at every possible opportunity, inform the pupils that I taught of the EU's lack of democracy, the way it interfered with British society, the plans for the European superstate, the lies that politicians in the past had told about membership of the EU, and so forth. Now I knew that I was really taking advantage of a particularly stupid decision by the Board of Governors, because obviously the European Union is a profoundly political issue. But this guy, Christopher Beasley, MEP, seems to want to introduce some kind of what he calls appropriate support measures to include the European dimension. I'd like to think that your children were sensible enough to read between the lines and understand that the best way to create a good future for themselves in the UK was to make sure that they helped anybody in any way to campaign to get the UK out of the EU.